And that being said, we are loading into our very first Unknown match of the set with Certify on the Unknown. So that's going to be very, very interesting to see. The Unknown is one of those killers, and we say this every single time the Unknown is being played. The Unknown is one of those killers that either does the bullying or they get bullied. There's really not much in between to really achieve. They either 4K wipe at like 2 generators remaining, or they just get 4 outed at like maybe 3 or 4, 5, 6, 7 hook stages at most. And it can really go either way, Zach. Now, that being said, I'm excited to see how Certified plays. He obviously knows that there is a way to play the Unknown, and he's already taking shots that we've seen happen very often. So I'm excited to see how he plays the Unknown.
Yeah, absolutely.
Unfortunate.
We find our first hit onto Moon, and yeah, just missing out onto Moon, but he does secure the M1. Of course, that's one of the things about his power that you can do. You can use it to zone, you can use it to force the survivor out of position, and tries for an ambitious swing at the Shack pallet, but doesn't quite connect. Trying to use that cross-regional ping to his advantage. Not going to work out though. Not enough distance for that. I just wanted to point out the add-ons. We've got blurry photo in play, which your full movement speeds recover faster by 15% after a TP. So looking for more recovery after those quick movements across the map. And then we also have Hypnotist Watch, which is if the UVX hits it, the survivors suffer from exhaustion. So preventing use of those perks, especially when you're in chase. And is that a flashlight save? It is!
No
Oh
way!
my goodness! The double blind too.
Save!
Moon is going to be living to see another day, and this is one of those things. I mean, they committed a survivor to that chase. A gen pops in the background, so sacrificing a little bit of gen pressure to get that rescue. But I believe that's like not the first save we've seen so far today. So a lot of exciting action coming to play. Moon is going to be chasing over here. There's Pallet Jim here and dodges out and actually saves himself. Doesn't go down. It's going to take the M1 eventually, but yeah, that's bought a lot of time for the survivors of Jinx.
That is a lot of time for the survivors of Jinx, indeed, Zach. That flashlight save really did a number on Certify there. That is quite unfortunate if you are Team Seraph, but wow. I mean, truth be told, that down did come in not long after that flashlight save came in. So that's at least something you can look at and not be too unhappy about. But the fact that it happened in the first place definitely did a number on his performance for sure. And finding another chase onto K, the UVX not landing, but he's going to opt to take Pop Goes the Weasel on this generator with about maybe 50-60% progress and apply Eruption as well. One Pain Resonance stack has been used, so that is definitely going to slow down the generator progression a little bit, but with the tunnel out starting so late into the match, Zach, this might be a difficult situation for Seraph to capitalize on because there's not many generators left in the match, only 3. A nice UVX snipe coming in though. He's able to protect the generator off in the distance. Now the UVX doing an injury is a threat onto Mads at the moment. Okay, just walking in, trying to get the save. The trade comes in, and that's going to be another Pain Resonance being used onto K. 1 Metal Generator does pop in the distance. The generator progress is looking good when it comes to Team Jinx right now. They're doing a great job, and this is putting my prediction a little bit against the ropes here, Zach.
It is, but again, as far as Unknown goes, the unknown results, the unknown expectations, we did get Moon actually second stage was prevented. That's why I think Certified just opted for the Pain Res instead. Wasn't able to secure it. Of course, it is very hard on Unknown. You essentially will concede a trade unless you can get like a cheeky injury before they run up, but didn't have enough time there. So Moon's gonna live to see another day. K is still on the hook, and we have 2 gens left. So the survivors fully reset now. It's looking pretty good for them. Records map obviously is quite a small map, and we do find 3 gens quite liable, but you can see, based on the gens that they're working with, they are trying to break that. And it's not going to be easier for... It's not going to be as easy for our killer to hold those gens down if he lets them go, but opted to just take for the second stages before we maybe potentially go over. And yeah, TPing as that second stage comes through, you can see that was the priority for Certify because he means he can secure that tunnel out. The next chase that happens takes the tag onto Dark, wants to kick this gen. That is going to be Eruption applied, and Unhook comes through, so we're going to be making our way back there. Looks like we want to maybe try and find that tunnel out target. And 2 injuries on the boards. Looks like he has a good grasp of what gens are being worked on. But so far, it seemed to have quietened down a little bit. With the no chase music as well, that chase bug.
Yeah, that chase bug has been in for a little while now, and it's just kind of been a thing, unfortunately. But, you know, it's one of those things about Unknown that we just kind of have to, you know, deal with for the time. I think collectively as a community, we've kind of gotten used to it, but it would be nice to hear Unknown's chase music more often when spectating, because it is honestly a banger. I love Unknown's chase music. He's one of my favorite killers to play. Ooh, you know, as an Unknown player myself, I saw a way to get the down there, but unfortunately does not come through. Yeah, this is looking like a little bit of an issue for Team Seraph with Certify on the Unknown, getting the down onto Dark off in the distance and then teleporting to protect the generators. So a very good decision. Nice UVX application at the window of Shaq there. Very well done from Certify. He just needs to capitalize on the slug pressure because there is much to be gained from this, but how much can he really get from this? The pickup does come in onto Dark there in the distance. Moon still has UVX applied. It's gone now, unfortunately, but does get it reapplied right there.
Yeah, 1 gen remaining, so Certify is definitely under pressure here. Has found Moon. Of course, Moon did not go second stage, so this is going to be... Oh, that was a very podcast hit. That was right on the last pixel, and Moon's going to take an injury. And it looks like they're trying to pressure this mid-gen, given it's the most highly progressed one on the map right now. And Certify is really fighting this battle of trying to defend it and trying to get those downs in. It's going to go a few more stages, but yeah, the survivors seem to be playing it a little bit slower. There's still 4 survivors alive, so I think this last gen definitely does get done. But anything Certify can do to delay that in order to maybe secure a bit more pressure would be ideal. Playing towards the distance from the chase, of course, not able to commit that because this gen is so far. TP's back and is going to re-kick that. Be a dry kick, but Eruption will still be applied, of course. And yeah, we're not really giving much to the killer here. The survivors of Jinx playing this quite nicely. Of course, we have K on the gen trying to push pressure, and also Mads here too for the backup. But any chase that Certify commits here, he just knows that those survivors are going to be pushing this one. But this one actually looks like it's about to be popped too. So now it looks like Certify wants to commit this. Mads going to be a fresh hook, so an ideal target. Looks like Certify is going to be committing this. We do have someone in running for potential hit tank, and that's going to be K, of course, who took the second stage. A nice body block coming in. Of course, this is the ideal target that they want to die. They want K to be gone because he is the least amount of stages. We're taking Chase over to Bust now, and it is just a mission of protecting the fresh hook. They want to concede as little stages as possible. This gate is pretty close. We are going to be zoned back to Shaq. And K's going to be taking the down. It's going to give distance to Certify. Is he on the right side of Shaq? He's going to be wrapping around, but K's on the floor, so they're not going to be able to play for it. But it looks like Mads might actually be going down.
Certify capitalizing on some late game pressure there. Very nice to see. K does get picked up, but you know, with him being the survivor that Team Jinx wants to see dead, if anyone, him getting up and making his way to the exit gate maybe might not be the best thing to see right now, especially with Mads on the ground. He's a great hook right now for Certified to take. He might be taking him basement here, Zach, which would be a very, very good move for Team Seraph to capitalize on. That is some great pressure. All three survivors who are standing are all injured. They are completing a reset right now to be able to hopefully save Mads from the basement. But, you know, against any killer, saving from the basement is not very easy. Easier said than done for sure. But, oh, man, this is a tough situation. Certify did not have a super great result coming into the end game, but was able to capitalize on some very nice end game pressure, which was really nice to see. If Mads stays in the basement for the remainder of this match, then that will be a nice win condition that Certify can be happy to say he was able to achieve.
Yeah, super well played. I wouldn't be surprised if our survivors want to rescue this, given the amount of stages that Mads is worth. But yeah, you managed to let someone into check it. It's going to be K, and this is going to be a free unhook. And the UVX misses as well. That's going to be worst case scenario. We're going to need a good body block here. We're going to need body block university degree coming in. And he does get the down to Mads. And K is also here. They need to be careful. This might be a bit messy. But really nice body block coming in from Certify. We're going to leave Mads on the ground, actually. Do we want to commit this? No, it doesn't look like we do. We're just going to go back to the shack. And given that Mads will be going second stage, I wouldn't be surprised if they just leave. The flashlight save! Oh, my goodness! Oh, there's no way that happens. And that most likely means Mads is out now because he does not have UVX. We do find Dark here, but that gate is open, so that flashlight save is going to come in so clutch because they're able to save the stages. That is insanely played by Jinx, and yeah, that's going to be 4 survivors out. Wow.
That was insane. What a comeback from Team Jinx at the end. Oh my goodness, I've seen them come back from dire situations before, but that was just incredible. Well played to Team Jinx. Well played to Certify from Team Seraph. What a very good as with Mads in the basement. But now we are seeing, yeah, very good spawn. Now we're seeing Mads here on the Unknown, getting an injury already very early into the match, finding 3 survivors in the corner, found them very quickly. That's really good news if you're Mads, Andrew.
You were talking, I don't know if you noticed, like, again, the way it's set up is usually the killer spawns one end, the survivor spawn the other. The killer spawned in shack and was on top of the survivors before they'd even got their bearings and maybe even figured out which side of the map they were on, and gets this really, really quick hit on our Claudette player Acid, and this might swing through. This is going to be a down really quickly. The survivors probably have barely touched the generators. We do see scratch marks around, and we are dead under pallet, so there might be a play to be made here. Just to recap our win condition. Basically, we're looking for 5 hooks, or if you get a fresh hook on every single survivor, the win will go to Team Jinx. So that's where we're at. This is gonna be a hard pickup though, Metal. I don't know how you're gonna pick this up when all the survivors are lurking around.
But this has to be said, it's some very good pressure, because right now this down came in at 44 seconds, Andrew. Wow. That's really quick, and whether or not he's able to make this pick or not, this is really, really good early game pressure. 44 seconds is like the Blight or Dracula or, you know, a higher tier killer. This is really good news if you're Mads here, because that down came in so fast. It's so insane. Fast.
Well, even though we didn't get the pickup, we have 3 injuries. I know pretty much for a fact that Jaw on the Lara there did not touch a generator that entire time, was always lurking around for that save. I think that Zaphis was working a little bit on the shack gen, and as you saw there, we had some work on a second gen there. But like you said, even though we didn't get a hook, tons of pressure.
Oh yeah. One generator does finally come through, but Petrol does take the down here, not able to make it to the pallet before he takes the down, and still, that's some really, really solid early game pressure. A second gen is going to be popping soon, thanks to Zaphis, but it looks like he's getting interrupted, actually. for some reason. He's wanting to stay off of the generator to avoid pain resonance, but it does not look like a stack actually was used in this instance, Andrew. So the early game pressure is not really culminating in all too much here, just for the sake of mentioning that.
Still lots of injuries around the map, though. We are seeing some mortar shots of the UVX going there, but getting some good dodges off. So all things considered, 2 generators for that first hook is not the worst case scenario for our survivors, given how quickly that down came in. I do really like what Mads did on the Unknown here, which is to say, sometimes you just have to accept the fact you're not getting that hook. Like, sometimes you just got to take what you can get take what you can get for extra injuries and pressure and stuff like that, and just know that the moment you pick that up, the survivor's gone. So make them come pick up, get an extra hit out of it. We had a hit on almost every survivor for that down, and like you said, wasted time on the ground, wasted time trying to come in and protect against the save. Because if you pick up in that situation, you're giving away more than you're getting, right? So. Really smart move. We are chasing the Lara around this rock. There's no pallet on that rock, but there is one edge map. Really good UVX fake there by our killer Mads, and does get the M1 on Lara. We see a 3rd gen pop. Petrol's still on hook and has gone 2nd state, so they're going to want to get them off hook. If we go down to a 3v1, this is going to be a really hard win for our survivors here at Seraph.
Ooh, but Mathis is cranking another gen. It's about 95% progress. And it looks like Team Seraph is happy to let him stay on the hook right now because they're making so much generator progress happen. And Petrol might even take a death here if Mads is able to camp this properly. Everyone's injured. So that's going to be a very hard unhook to make happen. And Mads can easily sit here and camp this and prevent anyone from taking an unhook happen. But yes, it looks like Mads is definitely kind of extending just a little bit just to kind of pressure the generators in the area, because with the UVX and his ability to be able to mortar shot anyone from far away, it's just something that, you know, can really be used as a way to extend your range when camping. Petrol does take the death on hook. Very good pressure for Mads. That is a death coming out, which is really
triple
good.
reset.
A full reset comes out.
Okay.
Very nicely done.
So the survivors kind of gambled in a sense that they let Petrol die on hook, but then they are slowing down and getting healed. We did see, I think Jaw got spotted there. Jaw's the only one who's still in the weakened state, so who is vulnerable to the UVX. Gets the dodge off, and that should be enough for Jaw to maybe get unweakened, although these rocks are blocking line of sight a little bit. I didn't see how much gen progress we're on, and the hit comes in, so that means you're not going to get rid of that weakened state. All you have to do, like, you can't do a trade. If Jaw goes down, you can't do a trade. You have to do a double unhook. If you hook by one of the exits, that gives you a ton of room to get across match. This is a very pivotal moment here and a very important chase. We have tons of these hallucinations around. I was going to say, this pallet's still down, though. And we're going to see the M1 down there. So the survivors need to get... We see Eruption go off over there. The survivors are going to need to get the last gen done and get Jaw off hook. We didn't see a pain res on Petrol either. They got to assume, but they might not be aware. Is that also not a pain res?
No, it's not. That's quite interesting that no pain resonance stacks have been used yet. Yeah, he still got 4. Also, another important thing to mention is that there was no window at bus. I don't know if you saw that, Andrew, but I didn't see a window on... I didn't see a Quan bus window, and I didn't see a window at the edge, at the back of the bus either. So that was really interesting to see. That's why Jaw didn't play the bus for too long. Yeah, there was no window. I didn't see one.
I think the way the pallet was set up really quick down here on Jaw again. The pallet, it should have been the back window, I believe, given where the pallet was, but I did not see that. So I don't know if that is a weird spawn or if... Yeah, interesting. Okay.
It is a weird spawn.
Oh, so that's, by the way, that is our 5th hook. So that is the win condition right there. Yes, sorry.
Yep, that's right. Very well done by Mads here. It wasn't a very difficult win condition to make happen, but he did make it happen. Mads playing pretty well in the Unknown right now, although, I mean, with a win condition such as 4 hook states, it wasn't super difficult to really obtain. So good job to Mads, and great job to also Team Seraph for trying their best. Missing almost both of them, but getting Jaw in the process, he is one hook stage away from death. So, oh, nice dodge there.
Good juke. Very good juke. Yeah, and you were right, by the way. I didn't notice that. I didn't realize that, but apparently, yeah, the bus is bugged. So, so that you're right. There was no window there. Interesting choice here. I think Mads is just playing out the game. Interesting choice here to go for Jaw. Jaw is worth the least amount of points here. So I think if you had gone for Zaphis there as opposed to Mads, you'd end up with more points. They didn't get the gate open. Oh goodness, I thought Zaphis was going to tap the gate to get her done, but did not happen. And now it looks like we might get a few more stages. Again, really well played by our survivors, even though they are going to come up a little bit short here. In general, pretty good result here in general. Yeah, I mean, good swing through there. I think this is just playing the match out. I don't think Mads seems to care too much about getting the best possible result, because in that situation, going after Zaphis would have been extra 3 hooks versus this one here. So the official score will be 6 hooks, 2 fresh, but that's enough to get the win here. So really well played though. But Jinx is going to take round 1. Seraph is going to want to rally in our Doctor set. I should point out, last week Jinx 4K'd on Doctor, which is not something you always see on Doctor. So, interesting little tidbit there.
Absolutely, it's always good to have some information like that to work with. Yeah, Doctor, not very common to have.
Ready to,
or maybe not. No, ready to rock. Let's stick.
Yeah, I was gonna let you get away with that one, but I'm gonna leave it alone now. Anyways,
thank you.
Good shot comes through. Hits all 4 of our survivors. That's another thing that's neat about Doctor. I like any killer that part of their kit is built-in slowdown. You know what I mean? And it looks like we've got a.
Oh my God!
Good jukes here. I was gonna say we've got a vendetta. We're after our Claudette again here. Acid. Acid being chased again first. Acid was the one who was the unfortunate recipient of the quick down by Unknown. Did not end up getting hooked, we should point out, in all the chaos that happened otherwise. Nice little loop here with Shack window, but unfortunately Acid does with tier 2 coming in there and having the red stain on themselves, might not have seen which side the Doctor was coming from. And oh, did you see that? Did you see that?
I did.
Did you see that? We got somebody coming in to give help, and we're gonna tank a hit here.
Well, unfortunately, he gets shocked too, so he can't even do it. He can't even drop the pallet on Dark here, so that's really good understanding of Doctor's kit there, just to make sure that doesn't happen to him. He doesn't get set back in this chase. The body block was definitely important, but an M1 does come through. And Andrew, I gotta mention, the use of rapid brutality is not an uncommon pick on Doctor, but it's always interesting to see. That being said, I think Mathis is going to take the down here. Oh, yep, just barely takes the down on the pallet there. I don't think he's close enough to the pallet to get a pallet stun, but oh, that was still pretty close if you ask me. But the other 3 perks, definitely very common to see on Doctor.
Very common. Well, and rapid brutality, you'll usually see some combination of rapid or Stabiffle, but Stabiffle is. I think Stabiffle had some use a while ago, and people have steered away from it because as soon as the survivors identify it, you'll notice. I don't know if this was a decision on purpose. There's no way to know if we had Stabiffle yet or not, and we are going to see it down on Petrol really quickly here too. As soon as you identify Stabiffle, Zaphis is going to be the #1 person constantly healed and tanking hits over and over and over again as the obsession. So Stabiffle is a little bit less reliable. It can build up really well, but rapid brutality is more consistent. So we are going to see another fresh hook on Petrol. That one was not a pain res, and we're still we got the unhook on Zaphis in the meantime, but we did stop the heal. We are running Sloppy Butcher, like you said. Sloppy Butcher is really, really helpful for combating this kind of team play, coming in, taking a hit. We did identify Zaphis here in the shack, and we didn't get the heal off. And any heal that would have been on, I think, is probably worn off by now because of the hemorrhage effect from Sloppy Butcher.
Yeah, and one thing to note is that Sloppy Butcher can completely nullify perks like Solidarity or Resurgence, Reactive Healing. Completely removes its value from the game because of the fact that it gives hemorrhage, and hemorrhage makes it so that any healing progress you have, if hemorrhage is active, then it just drains over time. which is really unfortunate if you're running any of those perks that I just mentioned, because then you effectively get no value from it. So really nice to see. It really slows down healing progress. So yeah, very good perk choice there coming in from Dark on the Doctor.
Good heads-up play.
Very nice 50-50 play from Mathis there, but he does now take the down onto Mathis. So a good amount of pressure building from the kid. Never mind. 2 gens pop. Quite unfortunate.
No, but they needed that. The survivors absolutely needed that. Like, they were in a position where okay, Mathis is 1 hook from death. Petrol's been hooked as well, so you could also put pressure and put Petrol in the fear of getting eliminated from the match as well. If they didn't get those 2 gens when they did, this was looking extremely good for Jinx and a little rough for Seraph. That being said, 2 gens there. We got 3 gens for 3 hook states. Not the worst, but with almost everybody injured, this is getting a little bit hairy for our survivors, although this is sort of the turning point right now. I think that survivors are probably trying to get Mathis off hook here. Should mention, though, big change with Doctor this week, hey? You cannot perpetually shock someone and stop them from unhooking. So there is a way now to solo unhook against Doctor. Uh-oh.
Well, yeah, that's a really good point to make, because now that changes how you can camp hooks as the Doctor, and it makes it a little bit less easy to secure a successful camp. So that's a really good point to make there, Andrew. And that being said, either way, whether that's in effect or not, Mathis is still taking the death on hook. There were just so many injuries on the board right now to really make that happen. So that was very, very good very good play from Dark here, keeping people injured. Definitely makes it difficult. Oh, and he finds the reset.
Finds the reset, what? Yeah. And having a death at 2 gens left, like if you're gonna have a death against Doctor before, like if someone is going to go down, this is going to be second hook on Petrol. If you're going to have a second, if you're going to go to 3v1, you definitely want to be in a 1 gen scenario. We have 2 gens left. This is looking extremely strong for Dark and for Team Jinx. As I said last week, Jinx did 4K1 in their match in their Doctor match. So this isn't over yet. We ain't there yet, but this is looking very dire for our survivors. Thankfully, both survivors off hook currently are healthy, but this middle, okay, I didn't bring this up in the pregame, but this is almost perfect. You have 3 gens within shocking distance of this hook. You can camp this hook and keep them off these gens, constantly shock them and put them into madness stages. Like, I think they think someone's over there. I haven't heard them scream yet, but you can continually shock them and get them off the generators. So even if they're like, okay, let Petrol die and get the gens done, you can't even do that, because eventually you're going to get shocked off the generators and have to snap out of it. So there it is. Okay, I shut up for a second to hear it. so I mean, yeah, very dangerous.
Yeah, no, absolutely, very good point there, Andrew. They're not going to be able to pull another generator out of this, I think. It's looking like it's going to be a 4K1 with all the pressure that Dark is putting on them right now. That being said, anything can happen. We've seen Seraph put some really good pressure onto the killer when they're playing Survivor, so they can make anything happen. Job still sitting on that generator in the 3-gen, and Dark did leave it. So
gets that vault. Oh my goodness!
How did that hit?
Oh, that was. I should remind everybody, we are playing EU to NA, so if that looked a little funky, I mean, we're a very international matchup today, guys. So I mean,
that hit did not land earlier. It was the same setup for the hit, and it didn't land earlier. That's insane. It did get that last generator finished, so we are now at 1 generator left. But this is the win conditions already been pretty established. So this is going to be very difficult to come back from this. Yeah.
I was just about to say what great pathing that one. Okay, it still was great pathing by Acid. Really quick unhook. I mean, it's still, you have to have a juicer chase and not go down for 90 seconds because you won't be able to work on this gen. You'll have to go work on the far gen. So there's nothing you can do there. I think that Dark is going to try and get a hit on Jaw here, so they're both injured, so nobody can hide and maybe get a cheeky unhook again if they're both injured and crying. But that one definitely comes through.
Absolutely, yeah. Oh man, yeah, this is looking a little bit difficult for Team Seraph to make anything happen.
Can't play!
Oh, Andrew!
Going in a montage!
If anything should have happened to really extend the chase there, I'm so glad that it was head on. Oh man, Ja just wanted to make sure that he made Dark feel his aura because that was just so good. Oh man,
moral victory.
Moral victory.
Yeah, yeah. You know, oh, and okay, really, I really enjoy this. I mean, I know we're for endgame. Do we make this? I think we make this. Hooking mid again. This hook here is the perfect Doctor hook because you can shock so many gens from here. Obviously, we're late game. There's only 3 gens left, but yeah, and we get caught out there. So
yeah.
They just didn't have a chance. If they go sit on a gen, no chases lasting long enough to really get enough progress done. And again, with Doctor's weakness comes when everybody's alive and healthy, and unfortunately everybody's dead and injured. So no such luck this time. But 4K1, very strong result from Dark and Team Jinx.
Yeah, very well said, Andrew. You know, this is a really good result for Dark. You know, you just mentioned earlier a 4K as Doctor, and especially with, you know, generators still standing. So wow, this is a fantastic result from Dark. But the other question here is, can this be met? Because this is a, you know, this is a difficult this is a difficult win condition to really come back from, because we normally see Doctors be outed, you know, and we just talked about that earlier too. So wow, this is well done by Dark.
I'm pretty sure, again, I feel like this is, it always happens when you have a really good killer player, the survivors are also really good at that particular set because they practice against their own killer. And I believe last week, again, this one I'm not 100% sure on my stats, but I believe Jinx had a 4-hook escape. So it was 1K4, 4 hooks, 2 fresh was their result. Obviously that's ridiculously good, and I'm not expecting that again. But
welcome back, everyone, to trial number 4, the second match of the Doctor set. And oh man, Certify has a lot of work to do. Already finding 3 survivors off the bat. It's been like 20 seconds into the match at most. What an incredible find already, so early into the match. And you know, Andrew, I've got to say, we have Smith.
Yes, I know. I'm losing my mind over it. This is the build that I love to run. It's so good. But again, okay, so the survivors may notice. Obviously, you don't notice right away, but they might notice, and they might see. You know, obviously, as the stacks start to come in, you might see. Okay, it's just a set play to have the obsession run in and tank a hit. But then again, like if the obsession's injured, you can't get around it. But then again, we have no sloppy butcher. It's a really interesting take. Good! Shack pallet!
The shack pallet comes down through the hit.
Basement hook 2. This is wild. Okay, we don't take we're gonna take the pain res.
I agree with this. Yeah, that's exactly what you should be doing. Delay that early game pressure from the survivor end and get some regression onto the generators. There's no sloppy butcher this time.
Pain res, yep.
Pain resonance is it was in the last match too, but it was hardly used.
This is huge. That positioning of that hook is massive. You can't do main gen. You can't do this car gen. You can't, like, this is so perfect. You cannot do half the generators nearby because the hook is right there and you can shock it. Are they going to get? They didn't. I was going to say, are they going to get the unhook here for this kick? But no, this is a huge first hook position for our killer with 0 gens done. This is not a foregone conclusion who's going to win this match. This is wild.
Absolutely, Andrew. Couldn't have said it better myself. This is a really good hook position right here for our killer. And man, he's also chasing Dark away from the hook here, making sure that Dark can't do anything here about this unhook. He is now tier 3 madness, so not even much he can do at the moment. Can't heal anyone else, can't unhook, can't repair a generator. K is also tier 3 madness. It's just, this is one of the things that I love about Doctor sets that just make it really
and the body block! We get a slug! Stacks are flying. We have 4 stacks of Submitful and Rapid Brutality. We are on Moon's back, chasing back to Shack. Shack Pallet is gone.
Oh my god!
No hook there. We're gonna see another down. Oh my goodness, let's go. Wow, this is huge. Dark will be picking up K. Mads, I think, is working on Shaq. Do we take the same hook? We do. No one can body block here. You can't body block. So everybody's injured. So we just get the hook again. They're trying to pick everybody up. They're on main gen. This is massive for Certify and Seraph. Oh my goodness.
Mind you, no generators have been done yet, Andrew. This is extremely dire for the survivors here. This is a lot of early game pressure. Moon is on death hook at 5 generators in a doctor set. Andrew, what? This is incredible pressure. This is something that is going to help him secure the win condition. All he has to do is 4K at 2 generators remaining, and the amount of early game pressure that he has is magnificent. This is extremely difficult. And you know, something that Dyer mentioned recently that I want to bring up is that it's very difficult to talk about a survivor comeback at 4 generators remaining. And this is
initial shock! I'm so sorry, I didn't mean to jump in there. The initial shock reach. We're using range add-on, of course, like we're using range and discipline, and that must have been the absolute tip edge of the shock to stop that unhook. And because Dark was injured, we couldn't just then wait for the shock to wait off. Even though the new update with the Doctor came through, where you can't perpetually shock them, that was enough to stop the unhook. Moon is gonna die at 4 generators. Mads and Dark are still injured. This is huge. And oh my god, I'm losing my head here. Not to mention all the gen progress was on those 2 generators in main and by main. This is wild. This is incredible.
Certify is cooking right now. He's cooking something diabolical. He's playing so well. He's got injuries across the board. The resets are taking a while to come through. He has 6 stacks of Stabiffle. Mads needs to step in and take body blocks now that he's healthy. And 1 survivor is dead at 4 generators left. Andrew, this is really difficult.
And the problem is that you can't take hits when it's 3v1. Now it's almost impossible to take hits as 3v1. And we're rocking 7 stacks of Stabiffle with rapid brutality. Manages to come close to Shaq here. Hear that the main building here, and hear that the main building gen is cranking again. Mads has to run away, and now that gen's not going to pop. We are looking at an incredible result here. The reality is we could probably 4K2 and win this set by playing slow. But if we don't play slow, we could see something crazy like a 4K3 or 4K. 4 might be a lot. 4 might be a lot.
Well, I mean, the amount of pressure that Certified is putting on the survivor team here is looking extremely difficult to make anything happen with. That being said, Dark is cranking a generator off in the distance. It's about 70% progress, and that is really, really good news for the survivor team here because they need to complete more generators. If this doesn't get finished, Andrew, this is really going to look like a very, very big win for Certify here. And the down comes through onto K. The Stabiffle allowing him to pick up immediately after. He's going to hook right here at the edge. This might be a pain resonant stack, but there's not a lot of generator progress out there.
No, I think that was basically all of it, except for, well, there's a little bit there, but it's been regressing and regressing and regressing. Yeah, the big turning point here, like I always like to point out, like why are things going the way they are? Hook placement, quick down. Don't get me wrong, really quick down definitely came through a little bit faster than I didn't look at the stats, but a little bit quicker in this match. Yeah, like they were both at pretty decent quick downs though. But that being said, the hook placement in the middle of the map when the generators right by the active generators, that is entirely what changed what was the turning point in this game. So great heads up macro play by Certify to properly place that hook, identify where they need to bring the hook, and a little bit unfortunate, often you'll be going for that great hook and the gens around it will pop like as you're pulling in the hook. Survivors were close to popping those gens, especially the main gen, but didn't quite come through. And I think we're pretty happy just to deny the unhook. If they come in for the double unhook, 8 stacks of Stabiffle will probably result in 2 slugs. So I think we're gonna secure the kill here on K, and then these gens aren't even that far apart. Look at this. We've got kind of a nice little chain of gens from main to Shaq here. They might crank Shaq and get rid of it. Not quite.
And Shaq is very high progressed, but as you can see, Certify has sniffed out where Dark is at on that generator, and main is not super high progress, so this is really good news for Certify in order to capitalize on the win condition here, because all he has to do is 4K at 2 generators left. We're at 3 right now, and 2 survivors are dead, Andrew. That's bad news if you are in the shoes of the survivor team here. Not great to see, but you know, you really predicted a great Doctor round, and in the first match we saw some excellent survivor coordination and communication, and in this match we're seeing some phenomenal killer play. So
okay, so listen guys, that's a really unfortunate. I was just gonna say, Dark did fantastic there, just was doing really good pathing to get around this eye tile here and whatnot. That is unfortunately a known, we know that that's a bug, and both killers had access to it. So really unfortunate to see Dark's great chase end that way, but it is what it is. You can't really, you know, there's nothing the killer can do to not exploit that, because you shock someone going to a window. What do you do, right? So unfortunate, but I mean, to be fair, really, really good chase from Dark, and it looks like we are going to be maybe getting a 4K3, which again, I can't see any way the survivors get out of this. Even like that was not a game-changing, that was not a definitive game-changing effect. Unfortunately, Dark does go down, and Mads is going to go down here. We're going to see a 4K3. Massive set. I was wrong. I told you we're supposed to get outs on Doctor. Nah, obviously Doctor is S tier, and 4K3 is now the expected result for all Doctors.
Yeah, you thought they nerfed him with the unhook. The unhook shocking changes. No, they buffed him somewhere in.
You have to. He's too strong. You had to nerf him. It was like unreal. Like, how could you not nerf Doctor, who's clearly, I mean, the only killer better than Doctor are blatant nurse. I mean, really. Anyways.
That's right. He's above Ghoul for sure. Yeah, this was incredible. And also, just to point out, this is the best Doctor result in the history of DBDLeague. Wow. Certified, absolutely cooking, showing how strong the Doctor can be around tiles. Thank you so much to our stats analyst, Toby, for putting that information out there for us to use and to show you all at home watching and being super excited for the set, because that was an incredible result from Certify, making that happen. 4K at 3 generators remaining on the Doctor.
Arguably, it was all like there was a world where that's a 4K4, right? Like there was also a world where it's a 4K2, but I think that with the early game and the good hook placement, again, hook placement is so important in competitive Dead by Daylight. Well, Dead by Daylight in general. Having that hook right by these two gens, these gens never got finished, right? The other one, oh sorry, the one by the car did get finished as we were finishing off our tunnel out, but that main gen, which had the most progress after the first down, never got completed because of the great heads-up play by Certify. That's going to be a W for Seraph, so I hope you guys are locked in. We're going to see both of the following sets. We're going to see the Ghoul coming up after this, and we are going to see our Plague set, because we are definitely going to have all 4 sets today. So that's pretty exciting. That's pretty exciting, Metal. 4K3 and 4K1. God, if you told me the match that would have had the 4K would have been the Doctors, I would not have necessarily believed you.
If you told me that there was a set where there was a 4K3 on the Doctor,
I want to say I don't believe I've watched a game that there were outs. But that being said, a lot of 4Ks. This is a really open map, so a lot of room to Spider-Man around and swing around the map and get good eyes while you do it too, right? So a lot of really exciting play, and we've seen, like I said, a lot of 4Ks out of the Ghoul. I don't know whether that's entirely the strength of the Ghoul. Obviously, very strong killer, but also just newer killer. People are still trying to find the answer to the Ghoul, so we'll see. We did get the enrage. I'm sorry, I'm not up to date with all of the terms. I apologize on PK there, but the injury did not come through. So we have the 3 swings, but no injury yet for our killer Kenshi.
You know, Andrew, and I've got to mention, the Ghoul actually has the fastest down in all of DBDLeague history right now, and it's at 25 seconds, which is ridiculously fast. And I'm trying to recall what teams were playing when that came in. I believe it was when Eternal was still a team. if I'm not mistaken. Toby can correct me. Oh no, it was Xeno. It was Elysium. Xeno. Xeno was on the Ghoul and brought in a down at 25 seconds. It was definitely Xeno, yes.
Really good heads-up play by Moon there. I don't know if you saw that. So there's the one thing I've noticed with Ghoul is like some people like to play where they'll dash around, but if you can dash over the pallet, it just fakes the vault there. If you can dash over the pallet and hit the survivor over the pallet as you dash over, we're gonna see a down finally here on Moon. Really great chase by Moon there. If you can see if you can vault over and hit the survivor, they get hindered and they usually don't make another loop. But it looked like Moon was well aware of that situation and knew that they weren't going to make it around that long vault. Great heads up dive there on Dark, and we do get another injury on Dark. Moon was able to identify that could happen and saw that weaker pallet nearby and went and played that one. Really heads up play by Moon there. So.
Oh, absolutely. And one thing you'll see with a lot of these Ghoul sets is these injuries spread all across the board. I mean, he can injure people just about as quickly and easily as the Legion can. So you'll see a lot of injuries coming through. Also, gotta mention, one of these plays that these Ghouls players can make is these almost like nurse blinks with their Kagane leaps. It's so fast. And I mean, he has some incredible movement even without being able to do that. But they're just able to chain their Kagane leaps so fast, and it just looks like a nurse blink to me, which is insane.
Nurse blink or a weird Western dash, but like more swingy, yeah, for sure. We are going to try and continue our tunnel out here on Moon. You know, we were talking about it. I've heard both myself and other casters have been talking about it. It's really interesting. We don't see a lot of thanatophobia here. And again, that's going to be a down. That's going to be a down. Yeah.
Oh my God.
That vault over, and Moon was waiting. But the problem is that if you wait too long, they cancel their power and get the M1. So you have to time it right. And unfortunately, Moon was a little bit impatient there. Vaults through, and we do get the leap through the window, the hinder, and the second down here on Moon. A lot of injuries around the board. Mads is still healthy. We have seen 2 gens pop, and now it looks like we're gonna continue. It looks like K is our filler chase. When Moon is on hook, we'll go chase K, and then once Moon gets off hook, we'll leave K alone for a little while. But we might see it down on K here. Good fast fall. Great fast
light
fall.
being used as well. Yeah, very good fast fall coming in from K there. Not falling for the 50 right there. He's gonna opt to go back and pressure the tunnel out. Yeah. See you later, K.
I'll see you in 30 seconds after I get my tunnel out. All right.
Yeah, I'll be right back. Give me 2 seconds. That being said, catching up rather quickly. There's no Kagane mark on the board here, Andrew. He needs to get. Yeah, he has 2 dashes right now, not 3. Ooh. What? No, my goodness, Moon playing with fire right there. Oh my goodness, that was very close. I was on the edge of my seat there. I wanted to say something else, but I'm going to refuse to because it's not very DBDLeague friendly.
Are we chasing? Okay, we are on Moon. I wasn't sure where we were at here. It looked like we were looking around for Moon, but I was pretty sure Moon had come this way. And then I think that they got mixed up between Moon and Mads there, the Ace and the Nia, but we are looking to maybe take it down here. No, that was Nia, wasn't it? Am I crazy? Oh no, she's here. Okay, I'm still sorry.
Yeah.
I'm losing. That was a Claudette running away, but I thought it was Nia, and I think that Kenshi was wrong the first time, and then the second time I was wrong. So we're
Andrew, they're getting the gens done.
Oh goodness, great! Wow, I thought that was gonna be a body block. That was really good. And 4 gens done. So 4 gens done. This is incredible for our survivors here.
God, Moon. Getting the generators done is extremely crucial against a killer as strong as the Ghoul. Oh my goodness. Moon is doing phenomenal in chase right now. What an excellent. Oh, Jesus, he's so close. There's no pout here, so he's just going to take the down. But Moon did phenomenal in that chase. Bought his team so much time. It was necessary. Yeah. But Andrew, I've got to say, coming into this next match, Jinx did really well on Ghoul last time. So this is no surprise, honestly.
I am shocked. I am shocked with how well that went. I honestly think, and armchair quarterback here, okay? I can't do better. I think the Kenshi should have dropped that chase when it started taking so long. You had all the gens on the other side of the map, and you had 3 injuries. I think you had to start snowballing pain reses and get out of there. Unfortunately, what's happened here is that you get it in your head. That looks like a sprint burst. Yep. You get it in your head that you're going to. That's going to be a 2k6. Heal tech. Heal tech. I don't think we have a heal tech.
Unfortunately not. Nope.
Yep.
Oh,
Okay, so that's going to be a 2k6. 2 hooks. Sorry, 6 hooks. 2 fresh.
Oh wait.
So
Mads is still in the trial.
Mads didn't get hooked earlier. Did they?
I don't think so.
Okay.
But yeah.
There we go. What was that explosion?
Not too sure actually. That was quite something to see there, for sure.
Mads was already out of the match when it exploded. I don't know what that was. I was like, was that a distraction? Like a pebble? Like, I don't know. Anyways.
Oh, you see, it was pain resonance on the generator outside the match in the next game.
Oh, that's what it was, right? Hang
yeah.
on. Did Ace have no distraction? I don't know what that was. That was a weird explosion. All right.
Maybe a diversion somewhere from Mads, maybe? No.
Everybody was out of the match. Everybody was out. I don't know. Maybe it was just a visual bug. I don't know. Anyways,
really the firecracker. Thank you so much.
Oh, there you go. There you go.
That makes so much fun.
Like, what was that? Because Wesker's just fun and can have fun interactions on Killer and on Survivor, and I'm hoping we see the same with Ghoul. Although we are rolling in here, and Mads is looking for a down really quickly in our second match here. Again, the win condition will be 7 hooks or 6 hooks.
Oh my goodness.
6 hooks with 3 fresh hooks. And hey, look at Mads, listen to me. Mads, listen to me. We got the Thanatophobia on the board. Let's go.
Yeah, I'm a firm believer that Thanatophobia is really. Oh wait, that didn't land in a vault there, so that's really unfortunate for Mads, but really good for Team Seraph. So, but I mean, they catch up like right immediately again too. No, the stun, so good. I think Jaw might have Champion of Light, trying to use it as best he can right now. Oh man, what a close moment there.
I like that.
Taking the injury, that's a good idea right there. Yeah, I like that as well.
And it was like a trick shot too, because Mads is like, "I'm coming after you, John." Just kidding, Zappis, and flips around behind it. Zappis, I really like that.
Mads did a great job hitting that 360 no Ghoul.
360 no Ghoul. But that's gonna be it. I mean, like, this is gonna be a down. So again, jumped over the pallet with the hinder. It creates such an interesting. I'm sorry if you guys heard me cast this last week, but you know, anybody. I said the same thing last week. It makes a really interesting interaction. Also, I don't know if he was hooking right by an active generator makes it all that gen progress is gone. There's a really interesting interaction because when you throw a strong pallet as a survivor, you're on the opposite side as the killer. You're running back and forth as the killer's left to right, so you're right to left, and you're trying to dodge back and forth and make sure you're on the right side. Ghoul can just jump over at any particular time. So when you're crossing over from left to right past the downed pallet, you can find yourself in trouble because suddenly the Ghoul's jumping over and hindering you. We see another injury here. We have 3 stacks of Thanatophobia. So 1 more stack. We gotta make sure Acid stays healthy, otherwise we're gonna see 20% slowdown on our generators, which is gonna be pretty hard to heal through, pretty hard to repair through.
And Andrew, I like this, keeping injuries on the board and making it difficult for survivors to do anything without being at a threat of
no!
The unhook was denied. What?
It looked like they stuttered. It looked like Acid stutter stepped there and like ran away from the hook and then decided, no, I have to trade. And that 1 second of hesitation allowed the slug to come in. This is devastating for Team Seraph right now.
Oh my goodness, this is really bad for Team Seraph. That unhook denial was extremely crucial for Jinx. And honestly, if they can come back from this is looking very good for Team Jinx right now. With Mads on the Ghoul, you know, I really like how everyone is injured right now. That's very good play from our Ghoul player here. Mads keeping everyone injured. He just did phenomenally on the Doctor, and he's making very smart decisions on the Ghoul right now. He's going to chase off Zappis, prevent this unhook from coming in, and Sock My Stocks can't come in for the save either. I think Jaw's going to die on hook.
They can trade, but if they trade, they got 2 slugs, right? Like, the double unhook will work, but then you got 2 slugs, and everybody injured. Like, I see why they maybe do that. We're going to take the pain res here, I think. on one of them and then go keep chasing down. This is insane. This is wild.
Yeah, that's some really smart play right there from Mads, taking the pain resonance. That we also got to give credit where it's due as well, Andrew. That was a very, very necessary unhook onto Jaw there. Otherwise, that would have been a death at 5 generators remaining. There's so much pressure around the map right now, and Mads is just
doing, by the way.
Yeah, the base kit endurance right there, preventing Mads from getting to his to Jaw here to get him out of the match, and it's saving Sock by Socks. Very crucial stun. There's the champion line. I called it. I knew that what Jaw was trying to do, and he got it to work finally before he dies for the match. So well done to Jaw.
I gotta say, like, I don't know. Listen, Mads is in a really strong position. I don't know if I think when the unhook came in, when we still had the slug and the unhook, I think I would have gone back. I know tunneling out is such a big deal, but you could have got 2 or the other 3 survivors were injured in a bad position, and now we're actually seeing a pretty good chase here on Jaw. We get the dash, but we do not cross through the window, and I mean it's still 5 gens. We got someone dead on hook. We got another fresh hook. So it's not like it's not looking good for our survivors, but this is what they needed. This is definitely what they needed.
Oh, very, very nice. Almost teleport onto Acid here with the Cognate Leap, making it across the map in a matter of a moment. And we do see a generator about to pop, Andrew, which is very, very necessary for Team Seraph right now, because if they don't get generators done, they are not going to meet this win condition or even tie condition, which is honestly looking harder and harder to obtain for them. And also Sock My Socks is here for a potential pallet save, but he's injured, so this is just going to result in another down, I believe. Yep, there it is.
That was maybe an accident. That was maybe a mistake. Yeah, like, but the flashlight! Oh, it doesn't go through! It's so close! Oh my goodness! Oh my goodness! So much happening. Socks on their second hook. Jaw takes the injury. Jaw is on death hook. We've got only Zaphis able to get the saves right now, while Jaw's in death danger here. We do see the unhook come through, but now Socks is on death hook. Again, great comeback by our survivors here, but it's still looking really strong for our killer. Okay, Zaphis wants to take the down. It looks like. I like the win condition's only 7 hooks here. I would take this, yeah.
Yeah, I think they're just trying to prevent a full wipe at 4 generators right now, which is probably their best condition. But even then, that being said, it's still not going to be a very good position to be in if you are the survivors of Team Seraph, because this is some insane pressure right now from Jinx's killer, Mads, and yeah, with 2 survivors being on death hook at such a high generator count, yeah, what can you really do? Oh my goodness.
Jaw MVP, by the way. Like, when it comes down to this, like, I know Mads is playing really well, but Jaw has I just cast or cursed, right? No. Oh, never mind.
He was 1.
Prove me right. Let's go. Jaw is having the chase of their life right now and doing a really good job. The only reason this match is not over is because Jaw managed. Again, if our killer had gone back to the slug hook when we were trying to tunnel out Jaw, this match I think would be over. Jaw maintaining, having a great chase here, because again, it's the same thing that almost happened last time with Kenshi, where the tunnel out. And there we are going to see it down on Socks. Unfortunately, Socks is dead on hook as well.
Yeah.
But yeah, that same thing where Kenshi tried to get the tunnel out and it cost them so much last match. Obviously, it's going to end up paying off a little bit better in this situation. But same thing happened with Jaw. Just an incredible chase that kept the team alive. We do see a second gen pop. We got a third gen at about 60%, but it's looking a little dire for our survivors at this point. But again, the fact that they've kept at it and kept fighting is pretty huge. Big props to our survivor team here. The survivors here are safe.
Yeah, absolutely. Well said, Andrew. Yes, even with, and we have Acid working on a generator in the distance as well. Jaw about to complete his generator. Yeah, this is potentially a comeback coming in from Seraph, but even then, there's just so much pressure on this. On the survivors here, that what can you really do about this? This this is a difficult situation to come back from. And
Yeah,
with Jinx,
I should point out too. I'm sorry, I wasn't realizing the win already has come through. We're at 6 hooks, 3 fresh, so it is over.
yeah, absolutely.
But this was looking like a 4K5 or a 4K4, and they're down to 1 gen. So like really well played by our survivors. I want to throw that.
Absolutely, Andrew. Yeah, so the win condition has been met. Thank you for pointing that out. I honestly
Sorry, I just noticed. So
no, thank you for pointing that out. I completely glazed over that information. Was just like, man, this is a fun match.
yeah. no hate there. Getting excited about DBD is what we're here for. I love it.
Yeah, absolutely. Super fun match. Also, last time that Jinx played Ghoul, they performed very well. So this is no surprise coming in from Jinx on the Ghoul. And yeah, we are looking like we're having a fantastic matchup between Seraph and Jinx here. So that's really good news. We do not want a matchup where we're just having one team getting dominated or one team just getting, making some insane plays on the other team and just smashing them. We don't want to see that. We want to see two teams that are performing very well against each other and where it can go either way. We love seeing that. So Seraph versus Jinx, super insane setup here from both teams. Oh, he just makes the vault. Wow.
I'm shocked. I thought with the hinder, I thought that was going to be a hit through for sure, but no, again. Like again, it hurts my soul seeing like such great play, and then like it ends up being a loss. But like definitely like amazing play by Jaw in this entire match. Great chases. Again, the first chase was pretty good too. We mentioned that the Ghoul had the fastest first down. Jaw lasted a minute 21. It wasn't all Jaw, like but it took a minute 21 to finish that first chase. We are going to see the last gen go. So. I mean, 4K0 it literally was looking like a 4K5. If Jaw hadn't had that chase, that could have been a 4K5, 4K4. It was wild. So really well done.
Very, very well done to the survivors of Seraph. It was necessary to do as much as they possibly could. And even though the win condition was met for Team Jinx here, posting the best result, no matter whether you won or lost, is absolutely the thing that we want to see here at DBDLeague. So props to Team Seraph for still doing their best to get all 5 generators done. They did not take the win this set, but they did do very, very well. Mads is looking incredible on Ghoul, so well done to them.
Zappis is doing great. Look at Zappis is juicing on this one pallet.
Oh, absolutely. Very, very important to note that. Mads hitting tier 1 Bloodlust, so that's great news for Zappis there.
My goodness. Chaining to this pallet. Oh my goodness! I gotta tell you something. Little personal anecdote. I've been playing some different games lately, and we do see the down finally. I've been playing some different games lately. I load up to my first DBD game since first DBD game of the week, and I see Zappis, and I'm like, no, I'm gonna go ahead and skip that lobby, and I moved on. That's a true story from earlier this week. I came across Zappis in a pub, in my first pub of the week, and I was like, I don't think I'm gonna do that. So,
yeah, that's a very fair point. Honestly, it doesn't matter how well a team is performing right now. We have all 10 of these teams in Season 10 are incredible, and they're performing very, very well. And frankly, if I were to play any of my public matches and I saw any of these players in my matches, I would do the same thing. That's very fair. I would just leave.
I'm outing myself as a big baby, but I was like, I'm too rusty for this.
I'm gonna get destroyed. I'm gonna get rolled. I'm gonna get wrecked. So yeah, I would definitely take the out there too. I'd just leave. Like, you know what? Nah, I'll see you in Season X, man. I'll be casting for you. Yeah. So just consider this a win for you. I'll just leave.
Welcome back, gamers. We are loading into our final matchup of this this competition between Jinx and Seraph. We are on the Suffocation Pit. We have Plague with the Killer K for Team Jinx. We are walking around, looking around. I am a big Suffocation Pit fan. It's a classic when it comes to competitive play here, Metal. Looking around, we got a pretty strong 4gen looking towards the top side of the map here. Top side being towards the main building. So probably going to want to hold that down. How do you feel about Plague in general? I know you heard my opinion, but what do you think?
Well, I do love me some good Plague sets, and honestly, if you're seeing that 4-gen, you gotta be feeling pretty okay about it. But no, you gotta be feeling pretty happy if you're K. So super stoked to see that for K here. You definitely want to see some good. Oh, found acid. Right after the start, getting an injury onto, or an infection, excuse me, onto acid, and the full infection can't be too far behind. Did land that nice puke over the tile, very nice to see, and the full infection should not be too far behind, coming in probably pretty soon, and taking the chase at Shaq is an interesting choice, but when you don't know where anyone else is at the moment, it's kind of what you got to do, you know. Got to mention use of Thanatophobia here on Plague. It's a very good pick because all survivors are likely going to be injured all match. Oh, does find Zaphis as well, getting another survivor infected. Whoa, it's got to be really... Oh! Just misses the M1 there.
You're absolutely right about Thanatophobia. I'm also... Okay, so I'm trying to figure out... I'm trying to put myself in K's position here. Like, the moment I got that spit on acid, the moment acid gets found, you got to know... Apparently, Zaphis was hiding in the basement, which is valid. But, this might not work out. I don't know how... Zaphis must not be that close to being injured. Okay, so we do take an M1. Zaphis was obviously in basement, but the others, I got to be sprinting across the map. So maybe you're thinking I get a down in Shack, I get this here, playing immediately for the 4K1, right? Like playing immediately for I'm going to hold down this 3-gen, the corrupt 3-gen. That could be what they were thinking at the time, but we'll see what happens. Thanatophobia makes this set so interesting. Already you got to worry about having everybody injured for unhooks. Like if everybody's injured, you can't get a clean unhook. On top of that, if everybody's injured, you can't do generators with 4 stacks of Thanatophobia. And yeah, we're down under pallet here, and Kay said, no, I know this play. I've seen this movie before. We're gonna see an M1 on Jaw. I like the M1 there versus the spit, because if you do the spit, you don't get the injury and they can still come in. And we do get the hook. Yeah, it looks like Kay is just happy to take the 3-gen. Maybe?
Absolutely. I mean,
I think that's the move, right?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, that's, you know, it's something you can hold down very well. When you see a good 3-gen, you hold it, you know, and that's exactly what K is going to be happy to do, because that's a win condition that you can post and be happy about. 4K1, especially on a killer like Plague, who is very strong, but we do see some outs from time to time on Plague, so she doesn't perform as well as some of our tier 1 killers and even some of the tier 2 killers like Dracula or Ghoul. So yeah, if you're K, you got to be pretty happy about this 3-gen that you see over here. It's easily contestable and you can hold it down very well. That being said, we still only do have 2 infections on the board right now. We do have a 3rd injury onto Jaw, and Petrol is still healthy. No infection, no injury. He's going to be free to go take this unhook. He is walking quite slowly, making his way over there. Did not get spotted by K. He was using the boxes as cover. Very nicely done. And he's going to be heading over for the save right now. Jaw is getting fully infected on a generator. So
here's the problem, though. Here's the problem, though, because Petrol's about to pull here and gets infected. Not to mention the fact that Plague is right there. But gets infected. Someone's going to have to cleanse, or they're going to have to go through. I can't see a world where you try and do the generators with 20% slower. Petrol, great play by Petrol there, walking to body block so that they don't run and further their infection. They are fully infected now, but that was really interesting. We're gonna have to see. Yeah, I think we're gonna have to see somebody cleanse, but I guess if you cleanse far away from the 3-gen, that'll be the move. They've completed 2 of the 4 gens down the other end of the map. So yeah, I gotta say, I like this from K. I really like this. It's so easy as killer to go, ooh, spicy 4-gen. Heck, I said it as a commentator. Oh, I can't believe that missed.
Oh, me either. And also, one important thing to note as well is that the first down did come in kind of late into the match. Not uncommon for Plague, but it came in at 2 minutes and 26 seconds. Finally, another down comes in after whiffing around the corner. I don't understand how that didn't hit, but it didn't, and that's the fact that K is going to have to live with. He finally got the down onto Petrol, but yeah. That 3-gen is a little bit far away now, and the survivors can break it if they're able to play it well. I imagine that K is... well, actually, no, he's still in the 3-gen, excuse me.
Oh, this is strong. I don't know if you saw that. This is a heel hook in the 3-gen next to a pool. One of the 2 corrupt pools, because we are rocking the green apple add-on. One of the two corrupt pools is right by that hill. Looks like they are going to get the unhook for free though. A little bit of not necessarily a misplay, but K gave a little bit of room and they're going to capitalize on it. But we did take this corrupted pool, and now we are in power. And I kind of like this idea of I'm just going to keep on downing people in my 3-gen. You want to go up the other end of the map there, Petrol? That's cool. I'm going to go take out take out Acid here.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
Our 3-gen.
I like this thought process from A here. He's like, go ahead and do whatever generators you want as long as it's not here in the 3-gen. You try to break my 3-gen, you're going down and you're going to get hooked. And that hill hook was super important. It was very strong to contest and unhook against. It's a miracle that only Acid was down from that as a result of that. Oh, John taking it down at the edge of the map with the corrupt purge. Acid gets picked up in the distance. A generator pops in the distance as well. But the 3-gen is largely unbroken. It's still here. It's still highly contestable. And A has got to be happy about this. This is the moment where now the survivors have to do something to break this 3-gen, get this last generator done, and it's not going to be easy. It's going to be very difficult to do anything about this, Andrew.
Wait a second. Oh, did somebody? I must have missed the cleanse. Oh no, sorry. I'm looking at it from the survivor's point of view. I apologize. We just saw Zaphis heal, which is really important because, like I said, if they didn't, if they stayed everybody injured, then they're doing that generator. They're trying to crank out a 3-gen. They got a hook in the 3-gen. Great. I love this basement play. They got a hook in the 3-gen, and they're doing generators 20% slower. That is not a situation you want to be in as a survivor. Now the question is, what does Zaphis do? Because Zaphis is not, well, see, again, if Zaphis gets spit on here, and we see them in the corner here, yeah, focus on getting Zaphis infected here. And then you're just, they're starting to, good duck, though, cheeky duck. If you get Zaphis infected, now that's not that bad. Well, it is because you can't heal. Never mind. I was going to say that's not that bad because it's not an infection, but you can't heal him anyway. Unless you run to Jaw and get healed by Jaw before they get fully infected. But okay, this is, I played 9,000 hours of this game, so I know a lot about it. Great body block plays. We're trying to get some help in, but we're going to get out. We are, oh my goodness, into the Shag Pallet. Well played. Great assist by Jaw there. It's irrelevant, but I don't know. If you are infected and you're healing someone, does your infection go up? I don't know the answer to that question.
Yes, it does. We see that when survivors get picked up off the ground as well. And yeah, you get infected if you heal any survivor who is infected. So yes, that's exactly what happens. And also, it's incredible to me that K got absolutely no value out of contesting that unhook in the basement, which is a highly difficult area to save from. So wow, incredible play from the survivors there to manage to get that unhook out. And also, that generator is so close to being completed. By the way, Andrew, this is a 3-gen that K was happy to hold. 2 generators have high progress in the 3-gen. So that's really good from the survivors here. So that's, oh my goodness. And there's
ping-ponging. You know, like we're really ping-ponging back and forth. There's, yeah, it's dead zones. It's a hill. They had that one pallet there by the hill. But that one's, that's the only resource on that side. We still, I believe, have one more pain res, but I don't believe this is it. That generator, and they're repairing 20% slower. This is wild. This is like the most thanatophobia value I've ever seen in a match. This is incredible.
Yeah, absolutely. And yeah, with 2 generators being progressed in the 3-gen and K having to make something happen here, it is very early pre-drop. Well done by Zach.
Very strong pre-drop.
There's not a lot of resources in this area, so you got to do something about it, right? And the corrupt purge is here in this pile. Obviously, K is going to take it. Why would you not take it right here? If a survivor literally leads you to it, you can lead a plague to water, but it's on them to drink it. So he's going to take it. Oh
that
my
is gonna be a hit.
Goodness. Oh, how that did not hit is mind-boggling.
Oh my goodness, what? What? All right, okay, goodness.
Hey, indeed.
Oh my goodness, John with the angles. What is happening?
Is just cooking some magic right now.
If you want to win in this, you don't chase Jaw anymore. I'm sorry, just stop it. Everyone's got to leave. Okay, wow, of course I crossed the field. Jaw is just wild. I mean, okay, let's K shot just to the right of Jaw, and Jaw just did not juke. Like, I think it was like the attempted, like, it was the no juke. You know what I mean? But in the end,
and still
I think Is this gonna pop? Are we close?
We are.
Oh my goodness!
Oh,
Oh my god! It can't pop! Huge from our survivors. That's huge. This was looking 4K1 for sure. We were ping-ponging back and forth between the two generators getting downs, but it wasn't enough. And now Petrol has picked up Jaw. There's 2 active survivors, 2 slugs. What's the play here? Do we try and get out?
Taking the plague away from all of the downs as far as possible is very necessary. And yeah, that's going to allow Petrol to pick up Acid, I imagine. Although, yeah, with Zaphis also down over here, yeah, very important that they crawl together and allows the pickup on all 3. And also, Petrol has balanced landing, so if he's the one who gets caught out in the rotation here, that would be the best because the hill is here, so he is going to be the most likely to survive this encounter. So if he's able to get K on him here, he can make something happen, but that's obviously not going to be the case. We've seen him, we're getting the down on the Acid in the edge of the map here, but wow, what a comeback. That's insane.
This is huge too. I don't know if you've noticed. Everyone's on death hook. Zaphis is fresh. Zaphis needs to, like, Zaphis is, if they get Zaphis out fresh, this is huge for our survivors, considering the situation they were in. And these doors, are they split? Is there one top, one bottom? They are one top, one bottom. They need to hide Zaphis until these doors are out, and they got to get them out the door. Now, there are a few corrupt pools available, or sorry, uncorrupted pools available that they can cleanse and heal. Looks like Zaphis, I don't know where they are, but we've got Jaw on one door and Petrol on the other, and Zaphis is well aware of the value of their life, and Zaphis is hiding. And I like this play a lot by our survivors.
Yes, it's very smart to be hiding right now when you're the fresh hook survivor. So, yeah, very, very good play there. It's important to maintain the win condition. Oh, woohoo! Oh my goodness, landed right behind Jaw. That was insanely close. I'm speechless right now. Yeah, with Petrol over here by that, they've got both gates open, so that's great.
There he is.
And yeah, there's Zaphis making his way down to the exit gate, trying to be as careful as he can.
Oh, that's so close, but they made it!
He gets out! They saved the fresh hook survivor. That's so good for them. Oh, okay.
That was huge for our survivors. I want to throw it out there. Like, Kay had a rough situation. Great job getting the gen done for the survivors. Kay had to guard Shack, the hill exit, back where the gen got completed, and the clear other side, diagonal across the map. Those doors were impossible for Kay to hold, and so it, like, trying to sniff out where Zaphis was hiding, you can't get one of the... If we get a win from Seraph, it is an overall tie for the day. If they tie or lose, Jinx is going to come away with the W, and Seraph is going to go 0-3 for the season.
Which is not good if you're Seraph, but they've got to do their best here, regardless of what happens. And, yeah, Certify walking in towards the Shack. Yeah, got another 3-gen over here, which is nice news for Certify. So, yeah.
That's really
also
tight,
corrupt.
It's like the same.
It's the exact same almost.
Oh, no, there's... Wait a second. Oh, yeah, it is exact same. Sorry, I thought there was a fourth one. I was losing my mind. Sorry.
No, it's okay. It's okay. Completely fair. Mads taking the infection there, getting the Shack pallet out of the match at 5 generators remaining. Might make you upset in your public matches, but this is competitive DBD, so don't even worry about it. Don't even worry about it. It's all good.
Shack at 5 gens? Oh my god! Who does that?
What are you doing, Mads? Why are you throwing this pallet at 5 gens? No, but taking the corrupt purge very early. I don't know how to feel about this. This could end up
I don't know how either. I don't know.
I'm like, really good,
pay off.
or it could be really, really bad too. Yeah, missing that first corrupt purge, not too good. But gonna follow it up, maybe? No, doesn't. Mads playing a very phenomenal right now.
Here's the reality though. Mads is slowly getting injured right now, right? Okay, it didn't matter. Didn't wind up mattering. I'm like, there will become a time there, right there. Look how close that was. Mads took the damage hit right before that. Also really important to point out, we have different add-ons this time. We have 2 apples, which means that there is an additional corrupt purge on the map. Oh my god! Totally!
Just walks through the
bravest plague in the history of plague! I don't care, I'm walking through this pallet. That is wild. If you walk through that pallet and you get stunned, you lose the power, and Mads probably makes it to topside. But instead,
what a monster.
My god. Jeez.
Certified's like, you think I care about this pallet? I'm going to down you. And he does. Mads goes down. Gotta feel pretty intimidated with a plague with power walking through the pallet. Whoa, the absolute power of that. 2 generators do pop in the distance, but he is holding his 3-gen pretty tightly right now, contesting anyone who comes into it. Nice dodge from K, a 3rd gen about the pot from Moon here, and as long as it's not the 3-gen, Certify can be pretty happy about that for sure.
Really strong, really strong play by our survivors here, though. Really good efficiency on the generators. Again, last time when we were in this situation, we had, and I'm sorry, I forget who it was, coming. We had, I think it was Petrol coming out of the base. I think it was Zaphis. Zaphis was in the basement while the first chase was going around Shack, right? So, like, there was no progress during that first chase from one of our survivors. Instead, we got our first down, probably about the same, a little bit faster than our first chase, but they got 3 gens done. In fact, I think it was
45 seconds faster. At 1
so
minute
it was a faster down, but more gens for our survivors. Yeah,
which is great news if you're Team Jinx right now. So Certify, he's got a 2nd injury on the board with also Mads taking 2nd hook now, which is great. That pre-drop comes in pretty early. I'm sure Mads communicated to the team, this guy's not respecting pallets, guys. You gotta drop him.
Can you imagine the comms where he's like, oh my god, he just walked right through it. Could you imagine?
Oh my god, the amount of like absolute aura that must have been felt from Mads there, being like, oh my god, that's terrifying. A Plague with power just walked through the pallet. Not a single you know, we're gonna refrain from saying that on DBDLeague. So
I'm so
yeah,
sorry. I thought we had more. I thought we had more. How does that miss? There we go.
Oh my
I was gonna say I thought we had 1 more second on borrowed time, but we did not. Okay. How much? That generator was not in danger, so we are gonna come back and take the kill. This is gonna be a completely different game from last time. They have more hooks. K had more hooks at this point when they got down to the 3-gen, but we are looking at. A 3. Sorry, losing my head here. We are looking at 3. We're starting the 3v1 here. Mads is dead. This is a very tight 3-gen to be holding against a Plague where you cannot heal. Here's one note I will tell you though, Metal. We have Thanatophobia again. We cannot get max stacks of Thanatophobia now, so that could come into play, right? 3v1 is good, but there's no 20% slow.
That's absolutely right. And honestly, if Certify is able to just hold down this 3-gen, not even leave it if he's chasing someone, if he sees someone rotate to the top side, he's just going to say, nope, not even going to commit to it. But it looks like that's what he's doing right now. He's going to commit to Dark here on the top side of the map. What are you doing, Certify? This is not a good move.
No, I don't hate this. Listen.
Purged.
All of them healed with Corrupt Purge, and all of the gens are spit on. So we know Moon just touched the generator. We know that now. And also, I'm gonna go pick up my Corrupt Purge and go use my very strong Plague power and to its full utilization. So not the worst move in the world.
Point. Oh, that's a great point. And yeah, taking another injury onto Moon there, walking through a pallet again. He knows. He absolutely knows. Yeah. So taking this, I'm assuming it's going to be a down here pretty soon with a Plague with power. Like, what can you really do? Eruption comes out into the distance. We know.
Okay. I'm like, if someone's there, you get not only get a pallet save, but you get pulled out of your power. But no, it worked out okay. It's fine.
Certify just picks. He just gives like no Fs at all, no Fs given at all. He's just sending it every single time, and it just works out. He's got the power of luck, like he's Domino from Deadpool right now. It's insane, honestly. And yeah, taking another eruption, making sure that if anyone is going to take a chase with him, he's going to get some generator regression out of it for sure. So yeah, that's great to see. And also taking the unhook onto Moon there. And he's going to hold down this 3-gen pretty tightly, so that's great news for Team Seraph.
I was surprised there for a second. There was a slight glitch with the UI there where Dark was fully infected. I didn't know that was the thing. Was fully infected, but Dark is not fully infected. Dark is building infection right now. K is back on that generator. Don't know where Moon is. Looks like maybe this. Nope. And oh my goodness, that came through at the last second. Dark was still like building infection, but it looks like it came through just as the swing was coming through, unless I totally missed that. And we are going to get a deep hook deep in the 3-gen. That generator, I shut up intentionally so I can hear that generator. That generator does not have enough progress. This is going to be a pain res, I think. No pain res.
Wow.
They might get this gen done.
I think that they do. Unless Thanatophobia is able to slow it down enough for... Yeah, he's coming over. He's coming over. I don't know if they get this.
Everyone's still injured in time.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
No,
right move to leave it, but it was really close. They must...
Yeah,
oh, my goodness. You know what I've just realized?
What's
We've
that?
only used one stack of We've only used one stack of pain res. I'm pretty sure that the pain res hooks are a little bit unfortunate for our killer. I think this... Where was our first hook? It was in this corner, wasn't it? I think that might be a pain res.
It was in basement. First hook was actually in basement.
So it was the final hook for Mads.
Oh, and you know that they're on this generator while he's chasing K at this this tile right here. Oh, this is really unfortunate. Yeah, I think it's done. No!
It's not over yet. It's not over yet. So listen, we need 8 hooks, or we need 7 with 4 fresh, which is a different situation than last. So it's not completely over yet. Again, 7-3 is the tie condition, and a tie is a loss for Team Seraph.
That's right.
Did they get this game though? They're gonna get the game. That's gonna be enough. Dark comes in to take the hit, and we're gonna get the fresh hook out. And that is gonna be a win for Team Jinx.
Oh
wow.
My God, Jinx absolutely cooked this matchup. What an incredible job. Oh my goodness, I can't believe they pulled that off. That was insane, Andrew. Oh my goodness.
That is, oh my goodness. I think the moral of the story today, in all the matches that I've cast with you today, the moral of the story is know when to drop your chase. We knew that generator was cranking away, and I know, like, the thing, again, I just gotta kill him. I just gotta get it down. I've got eruption down. I get eruption down, I go back. I get the thought process of continuing the chase, but if we drop that chase, if we drop the chase in the corner and go back to their, like, honestly, they didn't have enough progress on the generator by the exit gate there that they couldn't have sat by that gen for a second and just got some regression, and then maybe ran over and zoned out the survivor by the exit gate. But in the end, yeah, I mean.